Well, let's explore the situation a little further. And with me is Imad Mesdoua from Africa Matters. He's an analyst specializing in the Maghreb and West Africa. Thanks for taking time to talk to us. Ivory Coast was on high alert, especially in Abidjan itself. Hotels were all secure. How did this attack happen and why, where it was?
Well, I think, as with the other attacks we've witnessed across the region, these terrorist groups are identifying soft targets. More than just identifying tourist hotspots, they're looking for the easiest places for them to attack. And as you can imagine, a beach like Grand Bassam is very difficult to protect from a security point of view. And so much like the attack which was conducted in Sousse by ISIS-linked militants, the idea is to attack an area which is easier for them to penetrate and where a maximum of casualties can be made for them.
So how do we prevent this from happening? What does the region do now?
I'm afraid there are no easy fixes. There is no silver bullet from a security point of view. Certainly, this will alert security officials to the need for them to secure different areas such as this one. They need to start thinking differently about security. The difficulty for many of these countries, even though they're aware of the threat, they don't necessarily have the capacity or the experience dealing with this type of terrorism activity to respond to it effectively. So even though Senegal and Ivory Coast were warned by France in January of this year, they were unable to take the necessary measures in the whole of the country. Ultimately, these attacks are opportunistic and small in the sense that they are mobile, small groups of terrorists hitting soft targets, and it's very, very difficult to counter it. One of the key things from a broader point of view will be for countries across the region to collaborate a little bit more in their counterterrorism intelligence, but I'm afraid we're not seeing enough of that at the moment.
What does geography really play in helping really the militant groups in the region?
Well, unfortunately, this is a geographic issue. It's a transnational issue. It's not a Terrorism is no longer an issue which is a Mali-centric issue, for example, or a Libya-centric issue. It involves the whole region, and therefore it needs transnational solutions. Mm-hmm. These groups are ultimately trying to do two things. I think, firstly, Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, through al-Murabitun, who conducted these attacks in Burkina, in Mali, and now in Ivory Coast, is trying to expand its geographical depth, operational depth, trying to show that it can strike everywhere. It's trying to show that it can strike countries close to France. Obviously, Ivory Coast and Senegal, Burkina Faso and Mali are very close to the French. And secondly, for them, there is a recruitment aspect to all of this by highlighting in the attacks that they've conducted before that the terrorists who conducted the attacks are Pearl or Arab Malians or from the region. They're trying to increase their capacity to recruit people from this very region. So really what they're trying to do is expand, and unfortunately no single country is isolated now in fighting it. It has to be a collective effort in order to meet this challenge.
All right, Imad Mesdoua, it's always nice talking to you.